Hi, I'm Tammy. I'm the owner of Restitch. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how to turn a shear that's 84 inches into 25 and a half. We're going to be using a few tools. We're going to be working on my great table that my husband made me. Anyways, this is the first thing I want to tell you about. It's a Cleaner Supplies ink pen, and it resists heat. So I use this to mark the lines on my table, and that way I can iron on it, and when I iron over it, none of this ink will get on any of the fabric because it's heat resistant. And it's a great pen to have, and if you need to get one, I got this one at Cleaner Supplies. Okay, also I'm going to be using push pins. These are great little pins, and they go down into my table, and they hold the fabric in place so that it doesn't move. And these are also, I ordered these from Cleaner Supplies. Okay, so here we go. Okay. This is my great work table that my husband got me. And I use the pen to mark my lines, and I put a line from here to there with my ink pen, my heat resistant ink pen. I never use a regular ink pen because it will get on your fabric. So I marked my line, and then over here I take the yardstick and I measure from my line to the 25 and a half inches where I already have a line in my table, so I'm going to be using this line to press on. So what I do is I take a pen and then I just mark where my 25 and a half inch line is going to be, so I know that I'm going to be pressing along this line right here. Okay, so the first thing we do is we take our 84-inch shear that we're going to be working on. And I move my yardstick out of the way. And then I take the push pins and I pin it, making sure that the top of this is completely even with this line. And I'll show you what it's going to look like in a minute. So you're pinning it across this line right here. And right here's the line and the push pins. And you're just holding it down and putting your push pin in so that it's staying right there on that line. And then you just keep going all the way down. And I'm going to finish that real quick. You just let your drape hang over the table. And this piece is a little bit wider than my table, so it's going to hang over the side. And then I'm going to have to move it over to finish the hem on the left side. Okay. All right, so then you take your fabric and you fold it, pull it up, fold it up, and you bring it, this line right here is where we're going to be putting our press line. And we're going to be using an iron to press the hem in. So you make sure you have your iron already preheated and ready to go. Okay, so you just flip everything forward, and then you just start pressing on this, following this line, kind of moving it in with your hand, pulling it up and then pressing. And then just keep going all the way across until you get your press hem in. And that is our 25.5-inch hem line where I just pressed the seam in. Okay, so then this point, you pull this back down and you have your nice press seam in here. And you can see it's right here. And then at this point, we're going to take our ruler and we're going to take the end of it and put it where we creased our seam. And we're going to cut off 8 inches because we're going to have a double 4-inch hem. And whenever you're doing shears, you're always going to have a double 4-inch hem. Okay, so you're going to take your scissors and your ruler and you're going to kind of go this way to cut off the rest of the fabric that you're not going to need. So you just put the top of the ruler where you pressed in the hem, and then you go to the 8 inches and you just cut it all the way across. And I just line it up and I just kind of eye it. I'm so used to doing this, I can eye it pretty well. And then just keep moving it until you're done. Go all the way across the table. Staying at your 8-inch mark. And now that I'm to the end of the table, I'm going to take the rest of this fabric that's hanging over, and I'm going to take out my push pins and move it back onto the table so I can put the rest of my hem in on this side. So I'm going to remove about 6 or 7 pins, and I'm just going to pull this fabric up until it's completely on the table, and lining it back up with the top line here, and using my push pins. You can leave that side on and just do this little piece on the end that you didn't get finished, and then just push it in, pin it on until you get that little edge, and then this little excess you can just leave lay in the middle. And then you just want to pull this over, and then you want to finish. You always want to kind of go like this to smooth the fabric out so you don't have any extra fabric up there. And then you just take your long end that's hanging over and fold it back over like we did at the beginning. Then go back up to our spot where we have it pinned. I forgot to put a pin on that side. Should put a pin on both sides. And on my work table I have tape measures all the way down so I can have these lines because I do a lot of window treatments. So just finish pressing in your hem where you got where the pins are. We're at the 25.5-inch mark, and I finished pressing that in with my iron. Okay. And then you can pull that back down and then finish cutting the rest of that off with our 8-inch mark again. Cutting the rest of this fabric off so we can finish this hem. All right. Okay, so now we're going to take this pressed, the line where we have it pressed already, and we're going to fold the 8 inches in half so we have a 4-inch double hem. So I'm just going to line it up, and we're going to use our iron again to press all this in. And you want to make sure that you're getting this piece right where you pressed in this line, as close as you can get it, so you have a nice crisp looking hem. And then I just move it, leaving the pins in, and I usually take the pins out when I'm done. Really don't need them anymore at this point, so if you do want to take them out, you could take them out already. Once you have that 25.5-inch marked in there, then you're okay to take those push pins out if you want, but I usually do it last. Then you take your straight pins and you fold it up again, so now you have a nice double-inch 4-inch hem, and then I pin it upwards because I'm going to be putting the stitch right there. And usually I put the same kind of hem in it that the curtain originally had, since this was one that was a ready-made, that was store purchased. To me, this is the quickest and easiest way to do a hem. And you know you're going to get each one perfectly straight because you have your table marked so that all your lines are going to be perfectly even. Okay, so I have all my pins in the hem. Take all my push pins out. Okay, so there we have our nice double 4-inch hem, and now it's ready to go on the machine. Okay, it's that simple. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you.